So, in light of all your experiences, what recommendation or advice would you guys have to someone who's trying to like reach your level of entrepreneurism? Like, how do you how would you motivate someone, or how do you what would you tell them to have a drive to succeed to the level that you guys have?
Well, I would just say if, in terms of motivation, I don't think I ever get motivated. I just think it's natural for me. For example, I remember when I had a friend with me in my car, and I would just point out just random stuff like houses for sale or like cars for sale, or I'll see somebody selling something on the street in like Philly or just stuff like that. I notice little shit like that. And when I would point that stuff out, my friend would be like, "Man, you're really analytical and you think really deep about business and stuff like that." Like I'll look at an empty lot and I'll just think about like the possibilities of how much money you can make. There's empty lots here in Northern Liberties where the property value is so high and it's just an empty lot with so much potential to just build like a store or a shopping center. And I just think of stuff like that. Maybe one day I'll get into that, but that's just what I've noticed. And in terms of being an entrepreneur, I don't think I mean, maybe it's something you can learn, but I don't think it's something you could have like too much of a passion on. Maybe that's just my one sided take on that. I don't think entrepreneurship can be learned. I think it's something that comes natural.
Um, I think what helps me is my spontaneity. I think I I will go into things, and it's a good thing and a bad thing. I will go into things without knowing like the full risks, and I will take risks like in the moment and pursue things. So like learning stuff, it's something I find cool, and I'll learn it real quick. Or starting a business, it'll take me a split second to start, and if I'm convinced and I like the product and I like the idea, and I'll do it. Um, and I think the spontaneous part is a good thing and a bad thing, especially when it comes to like sort of like peer pressure and stuff, because it also makes me more susceptible to like things like that.
I think being spontaneous is great. Always, it's always going to be great. I think the upside of being spontaneous compared to the downside is like insanely high. I think being spontaneous is just way better than like just anything. I don't know. Just that's a really good trait to have.